How many times a day do you scroll through your phone to check your social media or somebody else's? Well, you're not alone because 500 million people check their Instagram pages every single day, and most of them are under 34 years old. And I'm just talking about Instagram here. We're not talking about anywhere else because 2 billion people use Instagram every single month. Because for many of them, you see that little red heart or the notification has become more than just a feature. It's become a measure of belonging, a measure of worth, and sometimes, yeah, I guess a measure of their validation. And this isn't just about their image or validation, it's also business for some people because in 2018, Instagram had about 4 million sponsored posts. By 2022, the platform generated close to 43 billion US dollars in advertising revenue, and it passed 60 billion last year. So if you think about it, validation has now become a financial marketplace for some people on these platforms because your likes now are not free. They're monetized, they're packaged, and they're sold. And here's the danger because what might feel personal to some people might look political to others. Look at what just happened in Nepal a couple of weeks ago when the government decided to ban some social media platforms, hoping to silence noise. Instead, the young people poured into the streets, and what began as frustration quickly exploded into anger about government corruption, inequality, and being silenced. And the protests grew so dangerous that buildings were burned, young people fatally lost their lives. And then the prime minister resigned. And then they used, following that, they used platforms that weren't banned to run polls to elect an interim prime minister. So what does it tell us? It tells us that digital spaces are not optional for this generation. They're lifelines. And if you take them away, you're not going to silence young people. You're just going to provoke them. And guess what? What the data is also saying is that the mental toll is undeniable because the same part of the brain that gives us any kind of ecstasy or euphoria that lights up when we have that is the same part of the brain that lights up when they check their social media and they get a like or a notification. And that's why they keep checking it and checking it because it's now becoming addictive. And when they don't get it, then, they may get anxious or depressed because if they post something and nobody comments on it. So here in the English-speaking Caribbean, we are seeing depression rates in adolescents increasing and anxiety rates. No, I'm not saying there's a correlation. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's a context and construct that we have to now start paying attention to our youth and what is influencing their lives, because for too many of them, they're being trained to perform for approval because of these digital spaces and not necessarily prepare for something else. I mean, they are taught to pose for applause. So when I go out and I